This is the only Uber Eats driver tutorial that you will ever need to watch. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the app, accept and decline orders, the different order types you'll commonly see, how to position yourself, and common mistakes that drivers make, as well as how to fix them. I'm going to put timestamps in the description. I wasn't joking when I said this is the only video you're going to need to watch, so it's probably going to be a little bit longer. I don't want to waste a moment of your time, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with how to use the app. Right off the bat, I want to draw your attention to something. It says action required, or required actions, excuse me. It says take a picture of yourself. So this is to confirm that you actually own the account. It's simple. You'll run into this once a week or so. You just click it, press continue, and you're going to smile real nice. And it's going to verify. It'll take just a moment, and we're good to go. Let's take a look at the menu. So on the top left, where it says the 48, we're going to go ahead and click that. So if we click that, you'll see my name up there. You'll see inbox, which is like Uber's communication to you. It's not where your customers message you. You can earn with rides. This is not a rideshare tutorial, but if you wanted to do rideshare as well, you could click on earn with rides and you could start signing up that way. So opportunities. Well, let's just take a look and then we'll have a conversation about that quickly. So here you're going to see various earning opportunities that your market has to offer. So for example, today there is a Rite Aid delivery. It's at 2:15 p.m. for $4.59. It's 4 stops for $4.59. So that's horrible, laughable. So these are generally not very good, but you can check them out. You might find something that works for you. We have earnings. So it's a new month. I haven't driven for Uber this month yet. So this would show your how much you've made over the past week. You can cash out by clicking that. You can go into your summary, which just kind of gives you like a better breakdown of your earnings. Down below that, we have Uber Eats Pro Green. This is your monthly points that you rack up. We'll get into points a little later in the video. Below that is more ways to earn. This was the promotion screen we just looked at. You can refer a friend and earn a few bucks. I think that does it for the earnings tab. Let's go back into the menu here. So Uber Eats Pro, what this is your point system. So you always will start out green. It's basically just like the entry level driver, and you can work your way up to, I believe, diamond or platinum. I can't remember. I'll put it in the video. But you unlock various perks depending on your level. So for example, once you hit a certain level, you can get a free Costco membership for a year. So the ones that are offered on Uber Eats are typically pretty good compared to the other apps. So the points, you might want to try to rack them up. Wallet. So this is basically just going to show my balance, which is going to be 0 right now. You can see previous cash outs. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. If we scroll down there, payment methods, if we click that, you can link your bank account and your debit card if you want to get paid instantly. Account. So this is going to be your settings. Here is my vehicle information. So if you wanted to rent a vehicle to do deliveries, you could click into vehicle and you could check out the rental options. So Work Hub. So this is different opportunities that you can do. I am approved to do rideshare. I just don't have a vehicle new enough to do it. So there's that. Shop and Pays. That's basically where Uber will send you a card and you get like grocery orders or like Walgreens. You go, you shop the order, you swipe the Uber card, you pay for it, and you go and deliver them. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little later in the video. Alcohol. I have not bothered to do this one because I don't do alcohol orders. I think that there's too much liability in it for the driver. So direct. These are going to be like business to business type of orders, and you're going to be delivering like packages and stuff. I don't want to do that because they pay like crap. So I've never bothered with them. So if we back out here, we can go into documents. So I'm actually not going to click into this because it's going to be a bunch of personal information, but this is where you would upload like your driver's license, your proof of insurance, stuff like that. Payment. So if we click in here, this is basically what we saw before. The Plus card, again, I'm not going to click it because it's, well, actually I probably can here. Yeah. Okay. So it just shows your, basically my black Uber card for Shop and Pays is ready to be swiped. Tax info, self-explanatory. I'm not going to click into that one. Manage Uber account. So if we click in here, So you can see this super cringy picture of me during the lockdowns when I couldn't get a haircut, and it was a little slimmer back then, but let's move on. So you can see legal name, my full name there, which will obviously be blurred in the video, and then my phone number and my email address. So you can go into security up here. This is basically if you want to have two-step verification when you log in, so your account doesn't get hacked. You can change your password. You can go into privacy and data, and it basically just is like their privacy policies. So edit address, self-explanatory. That is so they can send you tax information if you request it to be sent in the mail. Insurance, again, self-explanatory. Privacy, which is, I believe, what we had just looked at. It's just a different way to access it. So yeah, it's if you want to delete your account, you can do it in there. I don't think there's anything super important in there, but this one, app settings. This one is something that we should take a look at. So this is one before you start driving, you'll probably want to take a good look at. But the sound and voice, so you can have it louder. You can have voice navigation, read rider messages. So they don't have to actually be a rideshare customer. If they order Uber Eats and they send you a message, if you have that enabled, it'll read the message out loud. It won't give you any warning. It'll just start reading it. New message from whoever, and then it'll, say the message. Announce trip events. It doesn't announce when you're getting a new order. It just like plays the sound. So I'm not really sure if it's supposed to do anything past that. Seatbelt reminder. I don't think I have ever gotten a seatbelt message ever, but it's on, so whatever. So we back out of that. Navigation. So this is set to Uber's in-app navigation because it's typically pretty good now. Didn't used to be the case, but it's pretty good now. But you can also choose like Waze, Apple Maps, or Google Maps, something like that. So I have auto navigation turned on. Basically, after you swipe start delivery, it'll automatically start routing you to the correct location. All right, let's back out of navigation. The next one on our list is accessibility. If I can find that, there it is. So basically, these are settings for people who may be hard of hearing or something like that. So for example, screen flash for a request. Your screen will start doing an annoying like flashing light. I have it disabled because it's obnoxious, especially if you drive at night. We'll back out of accessibility, and the next one is communication. I'm going to try to wrap this up here quickly because this is important stuff and you need to know it, but I'm looking forward to getting into the good stuff. Communication preferences. I don't care if my customers call or text, but if you prefer one over the other, you can do just a call or you can do just chat. Follow my ride. So this one's interesting. So this one is for location sharing with somebody. I used this a couple of years ago and it only worked when I was actively working on an order. So if I was just sitting around, it didn't show where I was. So just be aware of that. You may be better off, like if you have an iPhone, just doing like, sharing your location with a friend, family member, spouse, whatever. If you have an Android, I'm sure there's something equivalent. So if we back out of that, there are emergency contacts, self-explanatory. And if I click into that, it's going to make me like force close the app unless I want to set it up. So I'm not going in there, but again, self-explanatory. Speed limit. So this will give you the option to basically show you if you're speeding. You cannot turn it off. I'm not encouraging you to speed, but if you are, like, it's not like it's going to deactivate you for speeding. It's just going to like pop up like a little red thing that shows that you're over the speed limit. Up top, though, we have show speed limit. I personally have that on because if I turn onto a road that I'm not particularly familiar with and I miss the speed limit sign, it's helpful and it's usually accurate. 911 data sharing. The app, if you find yourself in a situation, and we'll get into how to use this a little more shortly, but if you get into a sketchy situation, you get into a wreck, something like that, this can automatically share information like your location and whatnot with 911. Very handy, and you should probably enable it. So down below that, we have video recording. This is for mainly for rideshare. And you can like set up a dash cam with this and it'll automatically start recording your trips for you. Not super relevant for us and what we do. Thank you for bearing in there with me as we do the boring part of the app. But again, it's important to know. Okay, so we were just in the menu. If you look to the right of that, you have $0.00. That is how much money I have made today so far. So this is for like the last like 24 hours. It's just today. So it won't show yesterday's. It won't show the day before. So if you click into that, this will show the last trip I did. As you can see, I got 3 points out of that. That was the reward system. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention something. I believe, at least it used to be like this, if you hit a certain level, you can actually get free tuition for Arizona State University, I believe it is. But you have to like keep driving while you're going to school. So, but it's like 100% tuition coverage. So it's big perk. So if you scroll over, again, this is today's, and if you scroll over again, it's how many points I have for this month. It's early in the month. I will rack up more points. So we can go back to today's. There we go. So search. If you press this, this is just it's self-explanatory. You can find restrooms nearby, food, gas. If you drive an electric vehicle, chargers, stuff like that, rewards. So you can get discounts at like 7-Eleven, for example. You can get a little bit of money off at Chevron. So, so on and so forth. But they sometimes there's some good stuff in there. So check it out periodically. Down below that, we have this little kind of bottom leftish. We have this blue shield here. If we click this, this is kind of like a safety feature baked into the app. 911 assistance. If you were in a really sketchy situation, you would select that and it'll connect you with emergency services. Then there's Follow My Ride, which is like what I showed you before. It's just a different way to get in there where you can like send your location to a family member or friend, something like that. Report a crash. You don't report a crash to Uber. Like you report a crash to the police, like, I mean, obviously if you have an order in the car, you're going to have to call them and be like, hey, it's going to be late, or cancel the order. But we can talk more about that later. The button below that, the little like pin with the boxy thing, I don't even know what that is, but if you click that, it's basically like report road issues, like road closures, stuff like that. We're getting there. I promise. We're about to start taking orders. So next, down at the bottom left, we have this little like slider button here. So if we click this, this one is going to be important. Deliveries should be enabled. We're going to ignore the rides because this isn't a rideshare video. Trip filters. Pay close attention to this, please. Shop and pay orders. So I have this toggled on. Uber will send you the black card. And if you want to do shop and pay orders, like if you want to go into Safeway, shop for orders and deliver them, make sure that is enabled. Those can be a really good source of extra money. I have them enabled when it's slower and disabled when it's busier. So that's just personally the way I do it, but ultimately the option is up to you. Teen requests. Oh boy. I'm not going to go on a tirade, but turn this off. Like 4 years. I've been driving for 4 years. Not to be ageist. You don't want to deal with teenagers. Turn it off. The second to last button I want to take a look at here is this little line button here down at the bottom right. If you click that, see upcoming promotions. That's the thing we looked at towards the beginning of the video. This one, see drive time. This is interesting. Uber will limit you to 12 hours of online time per 24-hour period. So, like, for example, like let's say you went out and drove for lunch for 2 hours and then you took a break and you went back out for dinner. When you started your dinner shift, that 12 hours is not going to reset because you're within the same 24-hour period. So you can only do 12 hours in a 24-hour period. So I believe that is pretty much everything with the exception of the coffee cup button. Now this is going to serve a couple of purposes. If you need to find a bathroom, I don't know why there they go. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know why they're not popping up. If you need a bathroom, it'll show you places that you can, go take a leak or whatever. Again, if you have an electric vehicle, you can select chargers. Food, it's going to show you restaurants like it's Uber Eats. I don't know why they need to show us restaurants on the map, but whatever. The one I want to focus on here is gas. So this will show you the recent gas prices for gas stations close to you. Matter of fact, you can probably get a lot of these prices down even further by using Upside. I use it every time I fill up. I've used it for at least a good couple of years, and I've earned quite a bit of cash back by using it. So it's a free app. I'll put a link in the pinned comment and the description. If you use that affiliate link, you'll get, I believe it's 15 cents back per gallon on top of what they're initially offering on your first use, minimum. So consider checking that out. It's a must-have tool for all gig workers. Now that the coffee cup button will also pause your trip requests, your order requests. So right now, because that coffee cup is selected, I'm not going to get anything. So I have to go ahead and press resume to do that. But you want to press that coffee cup when you're navigating to your customer after you have an order in the car. You're going to want to press that coffee cup when you're getting close to the customer, because Uber Eats is notorious for sending orders through when you're not actually done delivering the first one. And they always seem to send it right when you're trying to find the building. So press the coffee cup button when you're about a quarter mile out from your customer. It'll save you frustration, I promise. So we'll go ahead and press resume on that. And I'm going to set this up like we're just opening the app for the first time for the day. So this is what the app will look like. It'll say you're offline. All you have to do is press go. Wait a second, and we are online. So I will check back in when I get an order, and then we'll analyze stuff from there. All right, guys, here we have an example of an offer I'm not going to take. So this is $6.70. It's picking up at 7-Eleven, and it's going a little too far away for my comfort. So to decline it, we just press the X button, and it's gone. Okay, here we have a order we're going to take. I'm going to screenshot this so I can have more time, but we just press accept, and that is now our order. So it's $8.97. It's picking up at Just Poke, and it's not delivering very far. So once you accept the order, as you can see, it automatically will start navigating you to the restaurant. So there's a couple of things I want to show you here. First of all, this thing that says head south towards Premier Way, you can actually slide that down to get back into your menu and your like daily earnings and stuff like that. So that's handy to know. And then you just click kind of down below it on the map. Like I'm just clicking over here by this little navigation thing. Where I'm at to get rid of it. Again, you've got your coffee cup, which will pause any future requests. So if you press that, it will not send you like add-on offers. An add-on is where you have accepted one order and they're like, hey, you're already going in that direction. Would you also like to pick up this order? So if you don't want add-on orders, you would press that. And again, you definitely want to do that when you're getting close to your customer. So down below, again, is the thing where you report map issues. And if you press the button below that, it's just going to kind of change the orientation of the GPS or whatever. So just going to leave that alone. The button below that is, I believe that is to take you into your external. Oh, no. Okay, it's just to recenter you. It used to be where you would press that button and it would take you into your external maps. So if we scroll up this little bar down here, so this is the restaurant we're picking up at, Just Poke or whatever it's called, Barclay Village. Below that is the address. If there's any pickup notes from the store, it would be below that. A lot of restaurants don't even know what's in their pickup instructions, so kind of take it with a grain of salt and just use common sense. So below that, it says pick up one order. The customer's name is what is blurred out there. So below that, the B39, that is the order number. The overwhelming majority of places just use the customer's name, with the exception of McDonald's. McDonald's will always use the code instead of the name, so be aware of that. The expected deliver by time is 1 p.m., which is cool. You can actually click on, just click somewhere in here, and it'll actually show you what they ordered. So, yeah. So once we get to the restaurant, if it's not ready, you could just click not ready. This is, I want to do this quick because I got to go get this, but if you report issue, let's say you decided you didn't want to do this order anymore, you would press report issue. So you can either contact support, you can say can't find restaurant, self-explanatory, restaurant's too far, which will basically remove you from the order, can't find parking. That one's kind of pointless. It's not like Uber's going to show up and find parking for you. But the one I want to focus on is don't want trip. So if you do not want to do the order, you press that and it'll say it'll pop something up. Here we go. It says cancel this delivery. So if you press yes, cancel, The wording is a little wonky here. You're not actually canceling the customer's order. You're just removing yourself from delivering it. So that's something to note. You're not actually canceling the order. This is called unassigning. So I'm going to press no, go back because I'm going to do this order, close out, close that out, and I'm going to go get this order and I'll check back in when I have it. Hey, I'm just checking on an Uber for... Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You too. All right, now that we've got the order picked up, we just press verify this order, which you should technically be doing with the store staff. So you just run down the list and they'll confirm that the entire order is in fact there. If there's an issue with the order, you press that, and like if it's missing an item or something, it'll walk you through it. But in this case, I'm going to press order verified, and we are going to be on our way. Oh, after we swipe complete pickup. So once we do that, I'm gonna have to beep that out. The map shows up and it'll do our navigation for us. So we are on the way, and I will check back in as I am about to get this delivered. All right, I just got that order dropped off. There's a couple of things that I want to run you through on the screen you are currently looking at before I mark it as complete. So again, so we're going to start at the top. It says I'm 1 minute away, 150 feet. I'm looking at the building. It's already dropped off. Next thing down below that is a timer. So it detects when you pull up and it'll start like a 6 or an 8 minute timer. Basically, if you can't get in touch with your customer, after that time expires, you then have additional options like leave it at the door or bring it back to the restaurant, or you get to keep it. So if that timer expires, it'll walk you through what to do. Down below that, of course, again, we have the customer's name. Below that is the customer's address. Next to the customer's address, there's two icons. There's the message icon, and then there's the phone number icon. So if you press the message icon, you can text your customer, or you can give them a call. So drop-off type. So this says meet at door. Now, there's a few different types that you could potentially run into. There's meet at door, there's leave at door, and there's also wait in the car. I haven't seen wait in the car in a very long time, so I don't know if they removed it, but if you get wait in car, just wait in the car for your customer. If they don't show up, call them or text them. But the most common is going to be leave it at the door, and I'll walk you through doing one of those orders as well. So below drop-off type, we have note from customer. It says the apartment number, and it gives me a specific number to call when I pull up. So you can do like *67 and then call that number. In this case, I just pressed the phone icon and called the customer that way. Below this, and always read the delivery instructions before you leave the restaurant, because if they want like extra napkins or something, or if there's a problem that's going to prevent you from doing the order, you want to know about it before you have it in your hand. So we'll go ahead and just press confirm delivery here, and we'll complete delivery, and there's something I want to show you. So I accepted that order for $9, $8, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's not going to come through. Watch this. It's going to take this a second to update, but right now it's still showing 0. Wait for it. There it goes. Okay, so it says last delivery trip, $2.15. So it's showing me $2.15 as opposed to the $8 or $9 I accepted. Why is that? Well, unfortunately, and this is one of the biggest flaws with Uber Eats, they allow the customer to alter their tip after the delivery is placed. So customers can add to the tip, they can reduce it, or they can completely remove it. That's called tip baiting. It is pretty rare, but it happens to me about once out of every 200-ish deliveries. So your tip will take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours in most cases to come through. So for right now, it's only the base pay plus the mileage that I'm going to get. So my tip will come through a little later. I'll check back in with another order we're going to do. All right, I want to take a look at doubles. I just accepted this order. So a couple things to take note of right off the bat. A double is not necessarily picking up at the same restaurant. So in this case, it is not picking up at the same restaurant. It's picking up at 2 different restaurants and delivering to 2 different customers. Some drivers don't like doing that, but I mean, for $20, I'm going to do this order. So when I accepted it, it automatically navigated me to the restaurant that was closest. So if we scroll this up, come down here, you can see the customer's name. So I would just go in. This place has racks. If they have a rack, always look for the order there. If it's not there, just wait for your order. If they don't have racks, check in with the staff. But I want to scroll back down here. Now I want to show you, if you press this button, this little menu button here, down at the bottom right, this will pull up your stops for you. So my first one, which I'm at currently, is Mod Pizza. And then I got to go to Banda Burrito, which I've never even heard of. It's probably a virtual restaurant, judging by the address. A virtual restaurant is a restaurant that's like in a different place. Like, for example, Wild Burger is in Buffalo Wild Wings in my market. So Donato's Pizza is at Red Robin. So if you don't know the name of the place, just Google the address and it'll tell you the real place you're going. So in the event that you didn't want to do one of these, you could like click on the, like, let's go with the Bandit Burrito or whatever. You could report issue and you could say don't want trip. So pretty self-explanatory stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get this Mod Pizza picked up, and I will show you, hopefully, I don't know if these are leave it at the door or hand it to me yet, but I will show you a leave it at the door. So those will be the most common orders you'll take. So I will check back in a little while. Okay, I got the Mod Pizza picked up. So I ended up actually deciding to unassign the second order. I walked in and they were slammed in there, and Mod Pizza is already not the quickest in my market. So to avoid a potentially bad rating, I unassigned the Banda Burrito or whatever. But I'm going to walk you through what would have happened had I taken that as well. So if we scroll down here, you'll see the customer's name, the order number, and we just hit verify this order, order verified, complete pickup, and it'll start navigating. Now, in this case, it's going to navigate me to the customer. Which I am still apparently going the further one, but the further place, but that's okay. In the event that I didn't unassign the second order, it would have navigated me to the second restaurant, and then we just would have repeated the process with verifying the order. Let's see if this is a leave it at the door. It is a leave it at the door, so I will show you what that looks like here in a little bit.
When you get to the delivery address, press Take Photo. Your camera should pop up automatically, but if it doesn't, press Add Photo. Set the food down. Take a picture of the food at the door with the address visible whenever possible. Press Submit, wait for your picture to upload, and leave a note for the customer about where you left the order. If it's obvious where you left it, a nice thank you would do.
All right, now that we've taken a look at accepting, declining, and dropping off orders, hopefully you're feeling more confident with that. I want to move on to the various order types you'll frequently see on Uber Eats. The first one I want to get into is called Trip Radar. Trip radars are basically where bad orders go to die. What happens is Uber will try to send an order out to several drivers, they'll decline it, and it'll eventually go into a pool that they call Trip Radar. So basically what happens is you'll have a Trip Radar request pop up. It's not something you click on, it just pops up, blocks your screen. It's super annoying. And every driver in your area gets the same order at once. And if you choose to take it, you just press like match. And you may or may not get matched with the order. It just depends on how quick you are and how close you are to the restaurant or pickup location. So these are almost always horrible orders, but don't completely ignore them because from time to time they do sneak something in there that actually pays quite well. The next one I want to talk about is something you will not see all that often, but you need to be aware of them because there's some serious liability with them. Uber Connect. So basically what Uber Connect is, it's where anybody, any Uber Eats customer can create an account and they can have you as a driver come to their house or anywhere that they choose, pick up a package and have it delivered anywhere of their choosing. So this is not just like going to the postal service or something like that. Like you could be delivering from one or picking it from one sketchy house and delivering it to another sketchy house. Not to tell you what to do, but there have been drivers who have accidentally transported illegal things. I would never accept these. Another type of order you'll see fairly often are packages. Now, these frequently are picked up at various businesses and they're being delivered to people's houses or other businesses. There's generally not really a whole lot of liability in these, but they don't pay very well, so I usually decline them. Don't get confused. From time to time, when you get like a McDonald's order, occasionally it'll say package on there. I don't know why it does that. It's like an issue with the app or something. If it says like McDonald's and package, it's just a regular McDonald's order. So if they're paying enough and you're comfortable doing it, go for it. I avoid them because they don't pay well. Another common order type you will see all the time on Uber Eats is Walmart. So Walmart has their own delivery app, Walmart Spark. And when they have a hard time getting orders delivered, they'll then dispatch to Uber Eats drivers. They used to do it through DoorDash and Uber Eats, and now it's just like Uber Eats and a couple of other apps. The Walmart orders typically don't pay very well. And there's a couple of ways that these can come through, or a few ways. They can come through as a regular order, which we've already looked at. They can show up in the opportunities tab, which we looked at towards the beginning of the video. And they can also come through as trip radars. So be aware of that. I've seen maybe one or two decent Walmart offers ever. A friend of mine has gotten one that paid like over $100, took her less than an hour to do. Generally, they suck, but from time to time, they do sneak something that's actually good in there. So again, don't necessarily ignore them. The final one I want to talk about is Shop and Pay. Now, you will see these all the time if you have the option enabled. Shop and Pays in my market are at Walgreens and Safeway. So in your market, it could be maybe like an Aldi's or something like that. But basically, you'll use your Uber Black Card, which you should get in the mail. You would go shop the order, you would pay for it with that Black Card, and you would go deliver it. So I don't really care for Shop and Pays personally, but that's just me. But if it's slow, I'll do them. So just remember, you can toggle that on and off. I'd like to move on to situations that drivers frequently find themselves in. And I'm going to start with the first Uber Eats issue that I ever ran into. It wanted me to get a car inspection. So I had signed up incorrectly initially. It turns out I had signed up for rideshare when I wasn't intending to do rideshare. So I just wanted to do Uber Eats, but because of the way I signed up, it wanted me to get a car inspection. So if you run into this situation, all you have to do is message support within the app and tell them you don't want to do rideshare, you just want to do Uber Eats, and they will remove the inspection requirement from your vehicle. Another common issue you will see all the time on Uber Eats is a hand it to me order where the customer has a PIN. This is basically a password where you have to enter a 4-digit code in order to mark the delivery as complete. Now, the PINs happen for a couple of different reasons. Number one, they could be a new customer to Uber Eats, and Uber Eats doesn't particularly trust them yet. So by you entering that PIN, which the customer gives to you, it proves that you were at the right location and you interacted with the customer, because the customer is the only one that knows the PIN. In the event your customer does not know their PIN, you can ask them for the last 4 digits of their phone number. That will get you through that screen. So never, ever, ever, ever give an order to a customer before you get the last 4 digits of their phone number or the PIN. It's to protect you. Another reason where a customer may have a PIN is if they have a nasty habit of reporting that they never got their order. So this is frequently customer fraud. So again, the PIN exists to protect you. So make sure to get it from your customer. Do not try to bypass it. Another common issue that drivers run into all the time is that they forget to pick up drinks. So while you're waiting at the restaurant or as you're walking in, just make it a habit to go through and look at the order, see what they ordered, and see if there's drinks on it. So always, when you get out of the car, make sure to scan your surroundings, make sure there's not a drink that you're forgetting to grab when you're about to go to the customer's door. It happens. It's easy to do. The final thing I want to address in this video is how to position yourself for the most optimum results possible. Being is that I don't know your market, I can't give you a cut and dry answer on this, unfortunately. Every market is different, and where I wait is obviously not going to be where you wait. So the easiest way to figure this out for yourself is to download the Uber Eats customer app. Figure out what's on there, what restaurants are available. You're going to want to know what the popular breakfast spots are, and then you may want to be positioning yourself close to the popular breakfast places in the morning if you're going to drive then, and then lunch and dinner are going to be their own separate thing. But what I would do is I would map out restaurants in your area that you know are popular. And I would, find a website that allows you to drop pins. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a place that is super central to all, a big cluster of popular restaurants. And you're going to want to be as central to all of them as you possibly can. The way Uber Eats works is it's based on your proximity to the restaurant. So the order will typically go to the driver that they think is going to get it picked up and delivered the quickest. So as many restaurants as you can position yourself near, the better your chances are of getting a decent order. For example, the place that I wait has about 12 restaurants in the immediate vicinity. I'm talking within a quarter of a mile of here. So these are higher end places that are known for bigger tips. So if your market allows it, do not favor fast food. You're going to want to favor sit down places. What do you think is going to give you bigger tips? Is it going to be a McDonald's or is it going to be a steak or a sushi place? It's probably going to be the latter. Well, guys, there you have it. That is how you drive for Uber Eats. If I forgot something, let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. If you haven't done so yet, please do consider pressing the like button and subscribing to my channel. My name is Zach. Take care.